Hey, this is Jamie at Useful Knowledge. So yesterday I made some homemade strawberry freezer jam. Now this is just a standard jell recipe. However, I've had a lot of people requesting a video on the steps involved in making the freezer jam. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you the steps involved on how to do it. Okay, in order to make this jell recipe of strawberry freezer jam, you're going to need at least 4 cups purchased of strawberries. Now what I like to do, I like to pick or purchase, whatever you want to do, at least 5 cups, because the ultimate goal is we're going to get down to 2 cups of crushed after we cut off the stems and crush them. And that's 2 cups of crushed strawberries. You're going to need a packet of jell. You're going to need 4 cups of sugar. Now I use organic sugar. You can use regular white sugar, that's fine. You're going to need 3/4 cups of water, a small saucepan, a mixing bowl, and you're going to need containers. Now what I use, just regular mason jelly jars with plastic lids. Now obviously for the freezer you can also use, and a lot of my friends do use, just plastic freezer containers. Okay, first of all, make sure you wash your strawberries, and that just gets any dirt and any insects that might be on them out of there. Then all we're going to do for every strawberry is we're just going to pull this stem back right here, and then we're just going to cut it off just like that. You're just going to put that over in your mixing bowl, and once we get them all done, we're going to crush them. Okay, we got all the stems cut off our strawberries. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash these again, just because sometimes when you're cutting it you might get a little stem in there. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these out again, and then we'll be ready to go. We'll be ready to crush them. Okay, all we're going to do now is crush these up. Now I just use a potato masher, and that does a great job of crushing them up. So that's what we're going to do. Our goal is to get 2 cups of crushed to make this recipe. And this will literally take you about 1 minute to do. Okay. Got them crushed up. Now let's pour these into this measuring pitcher and see what we have. Alright. There's 2 cups. And we had just a little extra. Okay, I've cleaned out my mixing bowl, and I'm going to put my 2 cups of crushed strawberries in that mixing bowl. Okay, once you get your 2 cups of crushed strawberries ready, go ahead and put your sugar in. Now this is 4 cups of sugar. And you're going to mix that up. Okay, we're going to let that sit for 10 minutes. Okay, our strawberries and sugar have been sitting for about 10 minutes, and now we're ready to actually make this freezer jam. So your 3/4 cups of water go into your small sauce pot, and then we're going to put the jell. Just going to mix that up, and we're going to turn it on. We're going to bring this to a full rolling boil, and we're going to boil it for 1 minute. After we boil that for 1 minute at a full rolling boil, we're going to put it into this mixture of strawberries and sugar. You might as well go ahead and be ready to stir this as it's coming up to a full rolling boil, because it's going to do it pretty quick. Okay, we've hit a full rolling boil. I'm going to turn that down just slightly because I don't want it boiling over. We're going to stir this for a minute. And just watch your eye, because it can come out of your pan if you're not careful. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. Okay, we've been at a full rolling boil for about 1 minute. And now, all we're going to do is pour this. We're going to turn the eye off first. Then we're going to pour this into this mixture of strawberries and sugar. Just going to mix that up really good. And you're going to mix it up until all of that sugar is melted, and you no longer have that grainy feel when you're mixing it. Okay, I probably stirred that up for about a minute, and it is feeling really good. There's not a lot of grainy feel to it when I'm stirring it. So we're going to put this in our containers. Like I said, I am using jelly jars. You can use plastic containers if you like. I just have a lot of jelly jars. So, alright, we're going to put this in our containers. We've got this mixed up. It's ready to go in our containers. Like I said, I use mason jars, You can use plastic freezer containers if you'd like. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to fill these up. What I do is I bring it right up to the bottom of my canning funnel. Okay, I want to show you something here. And if you've seen some of my other canning videos, you know I always have an extra jar. And this is one good example. The recipe says it makes 5 cups. Well, every jelly jar is a cup. It made 6. I straight up used the Sure-Jell recipe. It made 6. So always have an extra jar just in case. And I've got an extra jar and a lid. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wipe off the rims just to get all that extra jam that may have got on the rims of these jars out. Now these are not necessarily going to seal like you would seal like a regular canning version of cooked strawberry jam. All we're going to do is put the lids on. And there you go. Okay, we have our lids on. Now the recipe says let's stand at room temperature for 24 hours or until set. I never do that. I'll give these a couple of hours sitting on the countertop and I'll put them in the freezer. So if you'll stay tuned, I'll show you what it looks like after a day in the freezer. Okay, one thing to note about freezer jam. It actually tastes more like fresh strawberries than cooked jam. However, it has a softer set. So let's see what this looks like. There you go. That actually gelled up really nice. So we hope you gained some useful knowledge on how easy it is to make homemade strawberry freezer jam. Thanks for watching.